What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another session of Build Break and Fix brought to you by the Raw Coders. And today you have Zane and Finesh. How are you feeling, Finesh?
Hey everyone, hey Zach. Thanks for the intro. Feeling good as always. Um, yeah, just feeling good and ready to just get stuck into it as always, man. So
Fantastic, fantastic. Love the enthusiasm you bring on. Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. So first, get there. Good to have you as always. All right, so let's do the acknowledgement and pay our respect to the elders of the past, present, and future. So, I begin today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today and pay my respects to the elders past, present, and future. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today. Fantastic. So, that is all done. How's your weekend been, Frenesh?
yeah, been good, man.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of time with the family, so it was really good. Um, yeah, just took up a lot of my time, which was fun, but yeah, takes up your energy as well. But yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to spend that energy within family after a whole week of hard work,
Mhm.
and you get all the love and the excitement from them, and then that gets you started for another week, another week of hard work, and
Mhm.
then you can just repeat the cycle, isn't it?
100%, 100%. It's like that. yeah.
Fantastic. So yeah, just a bit of a progress. Actually, second thing second. How about if we get Dev to choose a letter
Okay. Sure
today?
thing. Wonder
Get
if he'll
Dev,
come up with anything,
you're up. Hmm?
anything, anything cheesy or
He will probably say, "Oh, okay. I was expecting him to say S for sniffer
original geese.
for
okay,
original
so
users." Fantastic. All right, let's do that. So the closest one would be N, isn't it? MNO.
um, yeah, yeah, sounds good. Yeah,
Yeah, here we go.
I feel like we play this one a lot, but yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. So
Hey, that's a fun part of as in choosing and then if that last set doesn't exist,
mhm.
choosing the nearest one because that actually eliminates a lot of choices then,
Yes, true.
if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Okay, cool. So just a bit of a progress, on what you guys started on refactoring the as in saving of the notes where
Hmm.
all in one go, and we concluded the fact that okay, there is original code already. How about if we um how about if we do enclose the original uh, original code in the form of function
Hmm.
and just keep it there, and also implement the new refactored code as a part of an other function.
Yes.
So yeah, we managed to do the first half. So the the notes are already being saved properly using the old code, but the refactored version of it.
Okay.
So when we save notes one by one, but all of them.
Oh, okay. But is it so when the is it still doing the inserted not inserted thing, saving all every time, right? Doing one request to save all the notes at one go. Is that correct?
What do you mean?
Um, because where we what we were thinking, I thought what we left off with is that when the user makes a request to save the notes,
Hmm.
it would save all the notes in at one time.
Do you possibly want to open up the code and as in you doing git pull and we can talk from the as in the actual from the code? Because I think I'm more of a visual learner, and I as in pick up things really fast if you just show it to me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Mhm.
Let me do that.
By the way, is your screen share working now or not?
Good point. Let me see. Oh yeah, I think it is. Yep, it is. Okay, nice.
Ah, fantastic.
Is it on this branch? Zane?
So we made a new one, refactoring saving notes. I guess it was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
By the way, your screen is really small and I can hardly see
sorry.
it.
That's my bad. Is this better?
Still a bit small.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. At the moment, it must have been really large for you, isn't it?
Yes, it is actually. How do you know?
I have the same experience.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
When I zoom in,
Yeah.
it's like in my face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. So I'm on this now. Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah. So you know where you do save one by one, save notes one by one? There must be, yeah.
Oh, okay, yes.
That one.
This one. Okay, so one by one.
So I guess what we're doing is doing it on one request. So if you see the update board, it just updates the entire board.
Update board.
Oh, no, in the same function. Yeah. Yeah. This one.
Note, single note. Update promise. Dot send. Okay.
This is basically the old way. So all we have done is refactored this into a function. That's all, nothing else.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see. So this is what we still need, right? Save all notes. We still need to do this?
Yes, that still has to be done.
Okay. So the progress that you guys made was that you just added this into a function of its own.
We didn't just add it, it was refactoring the code. So if you can see, we don't have any for loop anymore in there. It's gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's essentially the same functionality though, say?
Yes, but again, we refactored it to as in get rid of the for loop, as in getting all the boards and then checking if the board is the same as the board we want it, and all that stuff, basically.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So
Nice. Okay.
essentially, the functionality is still the same, but we've made it a lot simpler, easy to read, and much more efficient.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Cool. Nice.
So now what we basically have to do is implement the new functionality, which is to do with just including all the notes in one request and then sending the entire request.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes. I understand. We started this the other day, right? This is what I thought.
Yeah. So what I've done is I've just made a kind of I've just made a kind of a placeholder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Place.
For that function, as in what would include, but the actual implementation still has to be done,
Okay.
which is
Yes.
similar to the other one, but there will probably be yeah, changing small bit and pieces.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I was just reading Gagdev's comment and
Yeah.
Shorty blog post. What is your opinion on the future on infrastructure as code, programmatic like CDK or declarative like Cloud Formation, Vanilla Terraform? I actually think it'll be more like Cloud Formation and Terraform. I think there's like it's this adds a lot of consistency to the when you're creating infrastructure, and it's also like I think it also adds a lot of what's it called documentation to what you've done. So I think that's where it would head. But yeah, so but I'm not really sure. But that's definitely what I think.
No, that's a really good as in opinion though.
Thanks.
Okay.
Did you wanna? Should I continue sharing then?
I I thought I'd give you as in a chance to go a bit of hands on.
Okay.
Unless you prefer that I should, which is fine as well.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I'll keep going.
Okay.
Okay, so save all nodes. What ID? Okay.
So basically, all we're going to be doing is we're gonna do this functionality, but all in one go for all the nodes. So basically, if we are validating the nodes data, we will probably have an array.
Okay.
And we would be checking each of the objects topic property in the array. Okay, anyway, let's focus on one thing at a time. I think we can pass request and response in the argument so it's consistent, because everything would be in request and response, and get rid of board ID, board name, and passcode.
So,
Okay, right. So now what do we want is we want to
You want notes, I assume. Like a
So-
list of notes.
yes. Yeah, so we will create a notes list. So I think it might be helpful if we go and run the project and see how they're coming, as in what request of actual property. Because I think it must be data and then items, but I just want to confirm it.
Just get another window open. Yeah, thanks, Kekta, for the tip as well. I'll look into it. I'm not very familiar with the programmatic version, so yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, I think CDK will be a really good exercise.
Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with those? With what he's talking about? Sorry.
About CDK just a little bit because I did some workshops on that.
Mhm.
And Terraform, I've heard about it, but no worked. And yeah, obviously cloud formation, yes.
Oh yeah, because we use CloudFormation.
Right, I'll just quickly go and grab myself some water here. Be right
Yeah.
back.
No worries. Next book. Use Terraform. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll do that. Hector.
Okay. Now if you press save,
Oh, oops. Save.
did you console it or no?
Oh, what we? No, I didn't. Oh, but it's here. Like.
Oh, I think I might have in the past and forgot to do that. Forgot to take your. So it's coming as one data, as individual. Okay, we would probably have to add all these objects into a list first.
Yes, but I think. Fuck, wait, did we already? Is it already coming in a list? I can't remember now.
Not already list. If you go back, it must be in the code.
Let's see, because I thought we did that. That's why. Patch notes and save, I think. Patch. Ah. So of notes here, see, cons notes.
Keyboard notes array. Yeah. So we can basically, do you want to maybe console that and see how that's coming?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yes. How are we getting the notes, right? Are we getting the notes at the moment? Somewhat.
No, so we just need to, as in, focus on saving the notes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, Zen.
Yeah, I just read his comment. I was focusing on something else. Um, so Tech Dev, I would say, so in terms of the comparison of Switch and If, I would definitely go um, with the if and else statements if they are Boolean values. However, if there are other values except Boolean, then I'll definitely go with the switch.
176.
And also, switch makes it a lot more cleaner than if and else.
Hmm.
Thank you. Okay, so where are we? How are we getting those items? Do you wanna? So board notes. So let's.
That is, yeah, we're not really concerned about that at the moment. I think let me just look at when I save. Okay, so we got did it twice, but can you see this one? We got the list and then got these two notes in there.
So that is the one we already have, right?
Yes, that's what we're doing right now. In patch note 1
Right, I see. So we can basically reuse that, isn't it?
Yeah. So let me just go to this. So yeah, Tori added this little bit here, which would mean that we're passing the notes list into the into post notes, and then so
Jagdev is asking, that would be, have you tried running the site on two browsers yet? And no, Jagdev, that would all come in our testing phase. Lol, if also. Yeah, I was wondering what that if false is on 536, to be honest.
yeah. That's just because we don't want to use that right now. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, I see. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so post notes.
So and also, yeah, when we got on with Tori the other day, we added this. Actually, Tori's getting really good. He's very fast nowadays. He added this like super quickly. But anyways,
That's
um,
brilliant. Um, maybe step back a bit and focus on the other function that we are doing for this session.
okay, let me just show you what. Let me go through what we did essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how we have this one, right? And
Yeah.
in this post patch notes on save, basically let's ignore this bit first, but we're doing this for loop here, which is going through the nodes one by one and then determining whether they're inserted or not inserted, and then either patching it or posting it, right? That's what we have. This is our existing functionality, right? So basically we would scrap all of this and then use this piece of code, which is going to will insert the nodes all at one go, right, from the board. And this piece of functionality depends on this post nodes function. So if I go on post nodes now, we would use this, which would then which would call that backend function that we are going to implement now, to under one request send all the nodes to the backend.
Right. So the functionality you were showing me before was the prerequisite for the new code to work.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now.
So that means that we just basically have to we don't need to create another function. We can just use this existing code but activate it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. A lot of sense actually now. Have you ever oh yeah, have you ever used Dinesh Tandu? What is that? Tandu?
No? Tandu? What's that?
I have no idea. But he saw the Tandu on your blog post in GagDev, he said.
You saw Tandu on my blog post?
Am I right, GagDev? Or I'm just being an old man with dementia? Yeah.
I never mentioned that in my blog post.
Anyway, yeah, we can come back. We can come back to it.
Does it mean like?
I'm really curious though. As in, what is that tandoor?
You mean like tandoor chicken, or?
I have no idea. I don't even know what that word means. No?
I'm lost, man. No, I don't know what he's talking about.
All right. So let's. So if you were to continue from here, how would you?
Okay. So now that we have this, like, I think where we would be at is going back to here. Yeah, going back to here. Hold on, my screen's playing up. Yeah, going back to the back end and then writing functionality for this too, so that we can utilize this function. That's how I would go about it. I think that would be it.
So we want to utilize that function, and that function is already in the backend, or the code has still to be written in the backend.
It still has to be written in the backend. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So essentially, what we're gonna do is the front end is already wired with the with the front end UI. Really, the front end is already there, but we need to wire it up after creating the backend for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm with you now. So in the post notes, how will that go is because it's always good, like as in the programming mentor, he told
Mhm.
me if you want to implement a functionality, it's always good to start from the back end and work your way towards the front end.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. I
Uh,
think
yeah,
did it the other way around here. Anyways.
yeah, that's fine. We are all adaptable, which is great. All right, cool. So now we need to do an endpoint. So the endpoint already exists in the backend.
I don't believe so.
Because what I was thinking that we can use the same endpoint that we have at the moment. If you go in the backend,
Okay.
I'll show you what I mean. And if you go on the post request of the post and patch notes, yeah, that one.
Create a note for a specific board.
Okay, so if we maybe can change this one to notes.
Okay.
Okay, and then we can do an option as in by kind of if and else statement that no, I don't want to change more of the functionality. No, that's not gonna happen. Actually, let's create, or we can basically forget about the code that we implemented on save nodes one by one, just basically deactivate it. Gagdev, I would want to correct you that I didn't say released, I said development stage. Should hopefully be done. Right. Cool. So,
But Zane, this only saves one node, right?
yes.
Okay, so I think
no, so it saves all the notes,
oh it does.
but one by one.
Okay, then if it saves all the nodes, I don't know about whether we should go creating another function when we could use like look I I don't mind, like it doesn't either way is okay with me, but if it works, like I think we should utilize this function, right?
Yes, but remember you wanted to change it to as in get to work with the entire all the nodes in just one request.
This doesn't do that at the moment. I thought that's the idea, like
So when you said all the nodes in one request, what did you mean?
yeah, I just mean like go through so you would get the notes, all the notes here, and then in one go push it up to the
Yeah.
to DynamoDB. So this one does it in multiple requests, is it? Say?
It doesn't do it in multiple requests.
Yeah.
It just takes it. I don't know how to put it because it's behaving in one way, but my understanding is in another way.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you go to the update board,
Mm-hmm.
all it's doing is adding the note to the end of the list. So yes, it's doing one by one. Please,
Okay.
please. The function name 1455 is a third. Why? What's the function name? Save nodes one by one and then process to process the callback so the site will continue loading. Yeah, I love his sarcasm. Yeah, so hang on. Let's step back a bit.
Okay.
What is your objective?
Okay. Let me just so okay. The objective is that we would push these nodes and any nodes created, all the nodes every time, right? So it doesn't matter if this has been inserted before or this has been inserted before, it will just be posted.
No,
every time.
It would check the status of it first. If it says inserted, then it won't be inserted. If it says not inserted, then it would be inserted.
So that's the thing that Tori and I discussed, and he made a good point, which is that we should get rid of that because so like we have that here, right? We would just get rid of this whole for loop and then just do it like this, which is just push it up every time, regardless of it's inserted or not, which makes sense because then you would be, I guess, reduce this sort of,
So that means that you want to push all the nodes every time the person loads. Saved, as in regardless if they're updating or creating the nodes, you want to push the nodes all the time.
Yes.
Even if it's present in the database.
Yes.
But that would just... Why would you want to insert or replace the one that's already existing with the one that hasn't even been changed yet? Which is why we had the status, because we don't want to insert the node that hasn't been changed or is already in the database.
Yes, understand. But so here's the thing, saying that makes sense, but like actually like that would mean that, for example, it would go through this loop, right? And then it's gonna call post node, like say two nodes are inserted and one is not inserted. Oh, one node is inserted, two nodes are not inserted, right? So then it would patch, it would call this first and then it would call this twice, right? So essentially it's gonna make one and then two, it's gonna make 3 requests, right?
Sorry, Dinesh, I kind of lost you. Can you go again, but slowly a bit?
Yeah. Okay, let me explain. Okay. All right. So, okay, I'll just get rid of this node.
And just a bit of a suggestion.
Yes.
Don't rush.
Okay.
Relax. It's just a discussion. It's no competition. Who's right, who's wrong. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I think it's an interesting problem, anyways. But
It
so
is. Yeah.
I'm just like,
Two passionate people having a discussion.
yeah. I'm interested to know actually, like, which one would be better in terms of like a technically, from a technical perspective.
True. If we're interested. Okay.
Wow.
Gagdam knows how to spice things up between us.
That's
He
true.
knows how to do that. All right, let's focus.
Okay. Now, so okay, these two nodes are already inserted, right, in the DB. Because I saved it earlier.
Okay, hang on a minute now. Hang on. You're going on a totally different scenario now. There
No.
isn't this. Okay.
This is the. Okay, wait. Okay, go on. Explain how I'm going on to a different scenario now. By the way, just.
So we are basically only dealing with this scenario that we wanna save the notes. And that, according to me, at the moment means we are only creating the notes, brand new notes that haven't been saved in the database at all. Are we on the same page?
Okay. Yes.
And the second scenario that you're talking about is mix and match both. So when the user has got an existing board, then he makes changes and then he updates, say one note, and then inserts another note as well. So he uses both updates and adds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Continue.
Okay. So. Okay. So basically.
That's what that we are as in discussing at the moment.
There's no update button though, there's only save button. How do you tell the difference in the code between new and updated? Actually, you can add an update button that's separate.
No, we don't want to add an update button. No.
Okay,
No,
so
that would mean that the project is going until 2030 basically. No, that's not gonna happen. No. We have to be in the scope.
let's separate to save
Continue,
button,
please.
Extension. Okay.
Finish.
Okay, so basically, okay, Tori is here now as well. He can chime in, but okay, so here's the thing, right? Okay, let's just step away from the code for a sec. But right now, our functionality, just taking when we press the save button, right? Before I already saved these two notes, right? Let's forget about these two for the time being.
Okay, hang on a minute. So this is when you have already saved notes once, and you've come back to it, and you're working on the same board, but you want to add changes to it. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, go on then.
So now these two nodes already exist, and now they've populated the board. Now some other people have joined the board, and they decide to add two more nodes, right? So now our functionality, right, has all of these nodes in a list, and it will check for each of the nodes, and then it will notice that this is inserted, and this is inserted, and these two are not inserted, right? And it will call the patch function on this one, and it'll call the post function on this one and this one, correct?
It won't call Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So instead of this, um, what Tori suggested, and I agree with Tori's view as well, is that we would, so now we would call one function when the save button is clicked to insert all of these in at one go, rather than determining whether something is inserted or not. It would just insert everything. And if it already exists here, if this one already exists, we'll just replace it, I guess. But essentially, we're inserting everything in one go every time.
Right. Okay. So, what would be the point of, say, you have a note already in the database? You haven't made any changes to that,
Yes.
and you're inserting that again in the database, and it would do it, but you haven't made any changes or nothing has happened. You're basically just got, as in, kind of a note, and then a note. So they're both the same notes, but they're just replaced in one another.
You wouldn't create a
Look
separate version but you actually wouldn't replace. I mean, you wouldn't add another node. You would just replace it.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. Okay, let's put it in this way, that you have two papers. One that says one that says 1, the other one says 2, and cool. So 1 is in the database already.
Okay.
That's happy. Boom, done. Simple. And you have added the second one. So now there's one that was already inserted, but the other one is a brand new one.
Okay. Yeah.
So now you have on the screen 1.
Yes.
And you also have in the database 1.
Yes.
So what you're saying is, even though 1 hasn't been changed, just insert it anyway, or update it anyway, even if there hasn't been any changes.
Yes, exactly.
So that would cost us for the DB rise then, and I wouldn't wanna do that unless we actually make a change to the note, because that would just mean that you're doing the same thing 2 times, which give you the same results, but it's just more effort.
Okay, makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Would we save on request cost though, because we're not making, so for example, let me show you what I mean. We're not making this request and this request, but we're just making one request. So we're just doing, you know what I mean? We're just calling the request once though. Like,
I see where you're coming from. So instead of sending, say, multiple requests, you just want to send one request, even if you don't do something effective in that request. Am I right?
Yes. It will essentially be saving the complete state of the board every time. So some will be effective, some will be not. Yes.
How would you save the complete state? You'll be saving the complete state every time. I'm actually really enjoying this discussion, to be honest.
Yeah, so am I actually. I actually to be honest, I'm not too sure what the best approach is, but what Tori did mention is makes logical sense to me, right? Because so we would save, we would save like the state of it every time, but basically what I mean is that we would make one request, right? So some like these two, although we haven't made any changes to it, it would be kind of like, I guess, pointless, but yeah, these two would be the new changes.
Yes. So why would you want to do the pointless thing with the pointing thing?
Because you're only making one request. You're not making, like we have in our code, like where is it going? Let me show you. So basically, you're not doing this thing. You know what I mean? Like patch and post and patch and post. You know what I mean? Because now we're going through the list and we're gonna go patch and then post and then patch and then post. You know what I mean? Like that would be a lot of requests, right? If you think about it, we're calling this request and then we're calling this and the other request and then we're going back and forth. You know what I mean? So
I agree with you. And in saying that, the way I'm thinking that it's not just the request, but it's the size of the data as well. So the more the size of the data becomes, the more it would cost us. Yeah, the request would cost us anyway, but the bigger the size, so say in the first instance, your board had 15 nodes.
Yes.
Okay, and you got the board back, you used it and just added 5 more nodes, but didn't change any of the existing ones. With your approach, you want to add 20 nodes.
Yes.
The second time, but with the existing approach, we will only add 5 nodes.
Okay. Let me just see something. Good point. So we have special definition.
The chat is really enjoying our passionate discussion, honestly. Yeah, man, this is exactly what happens in the real world. When two people come with different approaches, then this kind of discussion is kind of a simulation of what happens in between probably the solution architect or the tech lead. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah, it's good.
I like it.
Okay, so Zain, like, in like when we call patch, right? Patch will patch
means
only
update only.
Update only.
Only
okay.
update.
Okay, that's a good point then. But okay, what does what does I wonder what Gekdev thinks. Gekdev, what do you think is the better approach actually? If you had to chime in. He makes a good point, so
of course, man. It would be as in really good to hear. Oh my goodness, my voice is gone.
I think Gekdev says batch write to Dynamo, one operation.
you thinking, Dinesh?
I don't know. This is a tough one, man. I'm not actually. Um, I don't actually know.
Yes, I knew, and that was already at the back of my mind, but I do not want to delay the project more.
Batch write to DynamoDB, one operation that's part of DynamoDB. You can batch write. What is batch write?
Is a right way you do, as in do a batch write basically. Right, insert a lot of things in one go.
Okay. Will that be cheap or cheaper or?
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure, but what is on your mind exactly? Because I know there's a background hidden scenario that you're thinking, which is leading to all kinds of interesting discussions. So may I know what are you thinking, as in as a bird's eye view?
Yeah, I'm just thinking like yeah, in terms of what is the would be the most, I guess, cost efficient way of doing it. Because like what we have is good and is logical and works as well. But what is actually the cost and the proper way of doing things? So
I'll tell you one thing from my experience so far, and I'm pretty sure Gagdev and Tori would agree to that as well.
okay.
That the software and the code can always be improved, always, as in there's no ending to that. It can always be refactored, improved for performance, efficiency, less code, but we also have to think about the overall project timing, as in the scope of it, and
Yeah.
say the kind of the what was that called? Scrum things.
Yeah, understand. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I know where you're coming from, that you wanna just do it one thing right, but if you see from a project manager's point of view, or or the people who who have the bigger perspective of the entire project and who have got the dates and deliverables, they always have to see that if what we plan to do is actually in the project scope, and most importantly the time scope as well.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. That's true.
But yeah, in saying that, all your suggestions are right, except the one that where you were saying that insert a note even if it's not amended.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't agree on that one, but except that yeah, we can always come back to it, because this project can 95% of it can be improved a lot. You can say that.
Yes, true. Yeah, fair enough. I think I think perhaps since we have this kind of working and doing what we need, perhaps that's what we would go with for the time being anyways.
Yes, absolutely, because my so we do have to is the passcode working on this, that it compares the passcode, and if it doesn't, then it doesn't allow you to do it.
to save. I believe so. Yeah, should be.
Are you sure?
Let me check.
Always good to, as in, check and confirm.
Just check on AWS as well.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Just up. I mean, I'll test on here, but I also want to we want to see, right, if it saves. So what do you mean?
So the scenario that I want to check if the password is wrong, then
Okay.
it should give us a prompt saying nope, incorrect passcode. Sorry, can't help you. Okay. Add a note, basically. Yep.
I'll just type wrong password.
Yeah. Wrong password.
Yeah.
Invalid passcode. And if you want to check in the DB, if it's saving. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's my fault. Yeah, I thought I was gonna check in. You should just focus on the code. But yeah,
Oh, okay. Yep.
I don't know. That's good. Jack of all trades, Dinesh. He loves to spice up
Yeah.
everything, which is fun. And then, CACDev, there's no winnings or losing. We're learning together, learning from each other 360 degrees. Okay, so did it save all the notes, or which one did you try?
This one. This one. This two. Yeah, it's not here.
Which one was it? Is it not there?
No, it's not there. Is it this one?
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be there because it was a
Didn't say.
wrong word.
Mhm.
Yep. And if you want to do a right password, does it come?
Let's see.
Board and no save successfully. That one.
Yep, it's here.
Brilliant. Well done, Finex.
Thanks, man.
That was a pretty cool discussion. Really enjoyed it. As in, got to work a bit more on my communication and soft skills, which is always exciting, and I'm sure you did too.
Yeah, true.
Fantastic. Do you want to do the honors?
Yeah, sure thing. Thanks for joining, everyone. Another episode of Build, Break, and Fix. Today we had Zain and I had a discussion on which would be the best approach to saving notes in the DB. I think after a good discussion, Zain had a very good reasoning to it. So yeah, I think that's the direction we'll head in going forward as well. So yeah, thanks Zain for the discussion. And yeah, it was good. So yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone. And we will. Okay. The Kekas want you to summarize.
Say the best part. Oh, so we don't have a discussion. Can you please summarize it?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So, Jay, it was a really great episode in which we got to, as in, have a discussion really passionately. So Fitnesh has some really good point, but I was really curious where was it coming from. So I really wanted to dig deep and make sure that I'm not understanding it. But after back and forth communication, we got to realize that we both are on the same page eventually, and that just concluded us moving forward. So yeah, thanks Finish for, as in, bringing your curious sense up, and just making me also look from a different perspective and see if that aligns with a project, which was a great, as in, observation, learning, and discussion too. So yeah, and with that, we are really excited to announce that our development stage has been completed today, which, and the ending was where we wanted to make sure that the after getting the board, as in the existing board, and saving that, only the user who knows the password can save it, which is happening thanks to Tori, I'm pretty sure Tori implemented it, because I didn't get a chance to work on this functionality. So yeah, thanks guys, and yeah, if you want to see how we take on the testing phase and choose few people for our internal testing, yeah, let us know if you're interested, and we will give you a shout. Until then, have you got anything to add or share, Finesh?
No, that was brilliant. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, guys, have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place, and
Different task.
with a testing phase on.
Testing phase, exactly.
That's the one, baby. All right, guys, have a great night. Bye bye.